right, guys, we are back, and you get more football. It is a fun football for Thursday, I guess. Anyway, this is Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2021 with the Chicago Bears. We are 0-1. We got manhandled pretty easily by Detroit, 26-7 on opening day. I don't want to make a lot of changes early on. This is our team for better or for worse. I did want to make a change here to make Montgomery our starting running back with Cohen considered the quote-unquote backup. Everything else looks pretty okay. I suppose... Well, I guess if we're not going to actually be in the games, we don't need to set up multiple packages because it's just going to call whatever it wants. But when I do actually play the games, I think I'd like to set up offensive packages that are tight end heavy or that are wide receiver heavy or something like that. So let's look at the strategies real quick and just see if there's anything we want to change here. So 1st and 10. Yeah, I mean, we're a run-heavy team. We are a run-heavy team. Actually, so this isn't a percentage. This is the lower the number is, the more they run. So this is a really heavy passing team, and I don't like that. I would rather run the ball more. So, yeah, I would rather run the ball more. I don't trust Mitch to get it done. 2nd and short. I'm okay passing it a lot on 2nd and short, 2nd and long, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 4th and short. Let's drop this down here, 4th and long, goal line. Yeah, like on the goal line, really, we're going to pass the ball 70% of the time? No, we're going to run it. Is there some way to... I think we just have to leave this as custom, so we'll try this and see if it works. Defensively, it looks like we're a heavy blitz team. I'm okay with that. Yeah, how do I save it, though? That's the problem. Because it just went away from it. I like Faber's offense more. It's geared more towards the run, but I don't think it's geared enough towards the run. Yeah, higher number, more passing. Right, okay. How do I save this, though? Focus, balance, tempo, passing preference, long. So game plan. All right. My game plan. So we are going to be a little more conservative. Normal tempo, medium passing game. My primary receiver is Allen Robinson. I'm okay passing to the running backs, 3rd down back. Running focus. Inside, running back roll. Mixed, tight end roll, QB tuck and run. Mitch is going to run the ball, so that's fine. So if we switch now. Okay, so that's the one we're going to use. So we're going to go with that and see if that changes things at all. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to some football here. So we got game number 2 against the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants. We are 2.5-point favorites at home. Let's sim the game and see what happens. 49-20. Wow. All right. So we were up 35-3 at the half. Mitch Trubisky throws 4 first half touchdown passes. Allen Robinson with 2 catches. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my coffee. Allen Robinson with 2 catches. Darnell Mooney with 1. Graham with 1. Cohen with a 24-yard touchdown run. Trubisky was 14-21, 201 yards, 4 touchdowns. Cohen, 14 carries, 173 yards. David Montgomery, 9 for 64. A.J. Green, 5 for 92. Allen Robinson, 4 for 60 and 2 touchdowns. Kyle Fuller had 11 tackles. No picks. No turnovers. That's fine. But we win. We win 49-20. Let's sim through the rest of the week. We're going to be taking on the Atlanta Falcons here in Game 3. Anybody get hurt? Darnell Mooney with a fractured cheekbone. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks. That's fine. Let's save. And let's move on to week number 3, where we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta 2-point favorites as we play in Atlanta. And we win again, 35-10. We score 17 points in the first quarter. And, yeah, another good game for us. Eddie Jackson with a 44-yard interception return. A.J. Green with a touchdown catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 field goals from Eddie Pinheiro in this one. Mitch didn't have a very good game, 13-34, 177 yards. Hasn't thrown a pick in 3 games, so I'll take that. Matt Ryan threw 6 interceptions. I don't know about that, but okay. Montgomery, 14 for 53. Robinson, 5 for 105. Fuller, 10 tackles. Okay, well, that's confusing. Tayshaun Gibson had a sack and 2 pass breakups, and Trevis Gibson had 5 tackles, including 2 for a loss. 2 picks for Fuller, 2 picks for Johnson, 2 picks for Eddie Jackson. Cool. All right, well, let's sim through the rest of the week. And we'll get through a couple of weeks here. We'll get through a quarter, so we'll get through week 4, and then we'll take a look at the team stats and league leaders and whatnot. I think I'm going to get up to the trade deadline. It's going to be a fairly quick episode as I try to kind of figure out how I want to do this. Abdullah Anderson out 2 to 4 weeks. Player performances, had some good ones. Do we have scouting somewhere? Scout draft. Can we do that yet? Scouting points. I think we have to wait. I think that happens at the end of the season. I think. I don't remember. Got some good quarterbacks. Do we, though? Not really. Some okay quarterbacks. All right, anyway. Let's sim through one more week, and then we'll pause, and we will take a look at the stats and the standings and everything else. So game number 4 is we look to move to 3-1 on the year as we take on the Colts at home. We lose 31-10. All right, so we are 2-2 through 4 games. We're down 21-0 at the half. Not good. Marlon Mack with a couple of touchdown runs. Tariq Cohen, our only scorer of the game, as he picks up a 1-yard touchdown run. Why Nick Foles was in the game, I don't know. I mean, I guess I know. Mitch Trubisky was 12 of 28 for 109 yards and a pick. So, I mean, that's the why. Montgomery, a decent game on the ground. Allen Robinson, 5 for 64. A.J. Green, 4 for 46. Fuller, 7 tackles. Jalen Johnson, 7 tackles. 2 tackles for loss for Trevis Gibson. Not a good game for the Bears. So let's sim through week 4. Let's save. And all right, so standings through a quarter of the year. We are 2-2, 2 games behind the Lions, who are a perfect 4-0. Defensively, we look pretty good. Only 87 points allowed. I guess compared to some of the other teams, I mean, we're middle of the pack, really. Offensively, middle of the pack as well. Steelers are 4-0. Eagles are 4-0. Bucks are 3-1. Falcons are 0-4. Patriots are 1-3. Jets have scored 25 points in 4 games. That's not good. Cardinals are surprisingly 0-4 as well. All right, let's take a look at the Chicago Bears. So, Mitch Trubisky, 54 for 117. He's completing 46% of his passes. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. That is not good, Mitch. With a long of 37. Good interception. He's only thrown 1 pick in 117 passes, so that's okay. Rushing. TARIK Cohen, 47 carries, 206. Our running game has actually been quite good. We're averaging about 5 yards a carry between Cohen and Montgomery. What's that? 454 yards in 4 games. 3 touchdowns. Cohen's been a big play machine here. Receiving. Allen Robinson, A.J. Green leading the way as expected. Robinson 19 for 289. Green 16 for 217. Excuse me. Darnell Mooney has had the dropsies. 4 drops so far. TARIK Cohen only 3 catches so far in 4 games. We got to get the ball to TARIK a little bit more. Defensively, Kyle Fuller 35 tackles, 3 picks. Jalen Johnson 2 picks. Roquan Smith 24 tackles, but nothing else. Just it's a pretty blah stat line. Tashawn Gibson has a sack. And I printed out how to say his last name, and of course I deleted it. It's like I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna have it next time. I had it written down, and then I had it up in front of me, and then I closed the window that it was in, so I'm gonna have to get it. But he's actually been pretty good. A couple of sacks, 2 interceptions for Eddie Jackson. Khalil Mack with 5 tackles in 4 games. So this Khalil Mack thing is a problem. It's a shame that the game thinks he's no good. We're going to have to do something about that for sure. Special teams, Xavier Crawford, 5 yards a punt return. He's not good back there. We're going to have to find a different kick returner, I think. Eddie Pinheiro, 8 of 10 field goals, 11-11 extra points. Anything else? Who's our most penalized player? Eddie Goldman, 2 for 22. Bobby Massey, 18 pancakes, hasn't allowed a sack. Yeah, our offensive line's been pretty good. We just need a better quarterback. We're 16th in points per game, 29th. We have one of the worst offenses in the league, and frankly, one of the worst defenses as well, as we're 26th in yards allowed per game. Injury report. Oh, Mitch hurt himself. He's out doubtful with a broken finger. Okay. So that means, so Anthony Miller's unhappy with his playing time. We're playing Tampa. Can we trade Anthony Miller if he's not happy with his playing time? Is anybody interested in Anthony Miller? So let's do this. Let's go through it. Let's put some players on the trade block, because we have some players that are certainly not going to be around beyond this year. So Jimmy Graham, add to the trade block. And AJ Green, because he's 32, we'll add him to the trade block. And Anthony Miller, he's only 25, but let's add him in the trade block, and we'll see if we can move him. Khalil Mack, trade block. And Kyle Fuller, trade block. All right, now let's go into the trade player screen. Does it list the team's weaknesses? No, it does not. It does not, and that's fine. So let's just find an AFC team. They got Boyd, Erickson, Higgins. So Anthony Miller would be like their fourth best wide receiver. They got Beckham and stuff, yeah. So they don't need him. They picked up Adam Thielen in a trade. Maybe they'd be interested in an Anthony Miller. Would you be interested in Anthony Miller for a draft pick? Does it just say yes or no? I don't remember how the draft thing works. Let's see. A lot more than what we're offering. A lot more than what we're offering. What about 2/5? A lot more than what we're offering. Okay, so they're not interested in him. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a couple weeks with these players on the trade block and see if I get any offers. Let's see if anybody has anyone on the trade block that might be of interest to us. Let's do it that way. It's Trey Herndon. It would be, I wish you could put, Hunter Henry. His contract is up after this year, isn't it? Yeah, his contract's not that. I mean, I could easily re-sign him, but Gilmore. Gilmore in this is a 72, so he's not all that good either. And I guess, really, Brandon Bolden's an 85. I wonder if this is compared to, that doesn't make any sense. Like Bolden is an 85. He's even against players at his position. That wouldn't make any sense, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about it because part of this is to build the team up, and if I'm gonna build the team up, a lot of these players aren't gonna be here anyway. So our offensive line is actually, Derrick Henry is on the trade block, but I don't need a running back. Really, I need defense. Anthony Averett, he's a 71 overall. Quentin Jefferson. Yeah, I mean, I could use like defensive tackles and linebackers and things of that nature. Quinn Blanding, he's 24. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He's a 75. I don't really need a strong safety, I don't think. That's like the one area. Yeah, I'm okay at strong safety. I would argue that I'm okay at free safety as well. It's really the defensive line, and my linebackers are not great. It's really everything, frankly, with the exception of my offensive line and my running backs. Those Curtis Samuel, he's a 72. William Jackson is a 69. Jawan James. Of course, again, my offensive line is not the problem. None of these players on the trade block are really any good. And that's, that's to be expected. They wouldn't be on the trade block if they were good. All right. So I wish this would show what they thought their weaknesses were, because we could work off of that. So let's take a team like Jacksonville, who we know to not be very good. DJ Chark, D.D. Westbrook. Would you be interested in an Anthony Miller for a pick of some sort? Actually, before we do that, let's try to move A.J. Green just because he's older. we get a couple of picks for AJ Green, a lot more than what we're offering, so probably not. Whoa, okay. So you don't even get an opportunity to negotiate. It just is what it is. All right, so that was unintentional, but, you know, I'll take it. We traded AJ Green for a third-round pick after picking him up for nothing. Let's find a team that needs a tight end. Let's find a team that needs a tight end and see if they would be interested in a Jimmy Graham. A lot more than what we're offering. What about a third and a fourth for Jimmy Graham? Feel this deal is close. Okay. What if we gave you our seventh? Tad more. All right, so I'll pull out the seventh. I'll give you a sixth. All right, so Jimmy Graham and a sixth for the Rams' third and fourth this year. So that's a good start. We now have 3 third-round picks, ours, the Jaguars, and the Rams. We have 2 fourths. So that means we have to do a little bit of work to the depth. And I'm not going to make a ton of trades because I don't want to turn this roster over in year one. But, you know, we will need to make some deals. So that's going to make Shaheen there. So we need to come back to the roster and pull some players off of the... we'll leave... No, we're going to bring Komet back. And Alex Wesley. And then we need to go back to the depth charts and make some moves there. So Allen Robinson is our number 1. We're going to make Darnell Mooney our number 2. Trevor Davis will be our number 3. Brownecker will be our main tight end. And we're going to go young. So we're going to make Komet our number 2 tight end and just call it a day. So we make a couple of deals. And we'll keep Sim in here. I think we have through week 7 to make deals. So we'll get through week 5 and week 6, and then we'll see if there's anything else we can do. So let's see what happens here against Tampa. I think we're going to be going with Nick Foles in this one, so we're probably going to get destroyed. Whoa, we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17-3 with, I'm assuming, Nick Foles at quarterback. Let's see, Montgomery from Foles, Cohen from Foles. Yes, Nick Foles, 14 of 29, 2 touchdowns. And we beat the Bucs. Wow. Tariq Cohen, 19 carries, 60 yards. Montgomery carried for 66. Tariq Cohen, 4 catches, 104 yards. So I guess just getting A.J. Green out of there and making him the second option really worked. Cole Kmet with a couple catches in his first game. You like to see it. Roquan Smith with 12 tackles. Nice game there for Roquan. And we win. Excellent. Let's sim through week 5. All right, so we're taking on the Carolina Panthers here in week number 6 as we look to move to 4-2 on the season. Let's see how it goes. Nope, we dropped to 3-3. We give up 16 second quarter points and lose 23-10. Big game for Christian McCaffrey. Robbie Anderson with 100 yards. We get a Darnell Mooney touchdown pass from Mitch Trubisky. Mitch, 23 of 44, 204 yards and a touchdown. Montgomery, 8 carries for -2 yards in this one. Not a good game for David Montgomery. Tariq Cohen, on the other hand, another pretty good game. 11 carries, 68 yards. Mooney with a 5.48 and 1 touchdown. 6 for 66 for Allen Robinson. 5 tackles for losses for Trevis Gibson out of the linebacker position. And he had a pick. 3 passes defended for Roquan Smith. Jalen Johnson forced a fumble, recovered a fumble. Okay. Mail player report. Oh, we got a trade offer from San Francisco. Kyle Fuller to the San Francisco 49ers for Akello Witherspoon and a third. Go to the trade screen to respond. Okay, trade screen. Delay. Let's look at San Francisco. Who did they want to give us? Akello Witherspoon. 99 leadership. He's a 71. He's 25. Good agility, good speed. Can I compare him to... No, not Amir Abdullah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Back out, back out, back out. Kyle Fuller, right? Kyle Fuller. Kyle Fuller and Akello Witherspoon. So let's find Kyle Fuller. Witherspoon. Where is he? Right there. All right. So he's a 74. Fuller is 28. We're not re-signing him after this season. The hands are the same. Tackling is basically the same. Fuller's a bit stronger. Higher endurance, higher agility, higher speed, and higher intelligence. So yeah, I mean, obviously he's better. But we're going to be picking up a third-round pick in the process. I don't know. He's actually had a pretty good season. I don't think I want that deal. Nope. We're gonna skip that one. Although picking up another, where is San Francisco in the standings? If they're really bad and that third-round pick would be high, maybe. They're 3-2. All right, of course. So they're middle of the pack. All right, well, we're going to hold off on making that deal then. I think we have one more week before the trade deadline. So let's sim through the rest of week 6. Let's go here, see if we had any trade offers. Oh, the trade dead. Okay, so week 7 is the trade deadline. Well, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, we picked up 2/3 and a 4th while giving up a 6th. So I'm okay with that. So we aren't going to make a ton of deals in the first season. We're gonna build through the draft. That's the entire goal here. I don't think we can make deals now, right? Don't think, yeah, it's letting me go in here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually make a trade. What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at, is there a key dates screen someplace that I'm missing? It's just team info. It's not going to do anything for me. All right, let's just get back to the dashboard. Let's get up through week 8, and we'll call it an episode here, and then the next episode we'll finish off the season. So we're averaging 21 points a game. We're only giving up 18 a game. We're 6th in the league in points against. Not really sure how we're doing it, given that we're 27th in passing defense, 24th in overall defense, 29th in offense. But we beat Tampa, and that's a bit of a surprise. So, all right, let's keep simming along here. Let's get through week 7 as we take on the Rams, and we win again, 20-14. So we moved to 4-3 on the year. We score 17. We outscored him 17 to. Was it two safe? Tell me there were two safeties in this game. Oh, we had a 2-point conversion. Okay. Trubisky was tackled for a safety. We were down 5-0. We were down 5-3 at the half. We were down 11-3. Cohen with an 18-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion made it 11-11, and then 3 Eddie Pinheiro field goals in the fourth quarter. Mitch 19-36, 253 yards. Montgomery is not carrying the ball very much. TARIK Cohen 12 for 66. He's really shouldering that load. Allen Robinson 4 for 65. Darnell Mooney 4 for 106. 2 more tackles for losses for Trevis Gibson. 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles, 2 forced fumble recoveries. Jalen Johnson with a pick. All right, so we do need to, let's look at contracts now that we're through week 7. Ooh, my chair is still squeaky. That's never going to change, so I apologize if that bothers you, but it's literally never going to change. All right, so does anybody have any contracts that are up that we want to, let's just go overall, and let's do it this way. So yeah, we absolutely want to bring TARIK Cohen back. That goes without saying. Afidi, Bryce, they both need to be brought back because they're relatively cheap. James Daniels, only 22 years old. Let's start with James Daniels because he's only 22 years old. Do we do it? Where do we do it? Well, we do it here. Okay, so we want rotational, 3 years, balanced. So we want 3 years. Oh no, that's the suggested. That's the suggested contract. All right, so if we front load it, let's front load it. Yeah, let's front load it. Let's see if he'll take that. Let's see if he takes that deal. And then we want to look at TARIK Cohen. Those are the two I want to try to get locked down right away. So 3 at 3.9. Let's make his balanced. Let's add a bonus for rushing touchdowns. And let's submit that offer. All right, so we got a couple of offers to Cohen and James Daniels. We got a couple other people that we want to sign, some of our younger players, but I think that's a good start. And then we can, yeah, like suggested minimum contract for Kyle Fuller is $10 million. I'm not giving Kyle Fuller $10 million to be, it says suggested roll backup, and I'm not going to do that. So, all right, we are in week 7. We have to sim through the rest of the week. See what sorts of emails we get here. We're going to take on the Saints in week 8. Mingo is doubtful with a hyperextended knee. Does not feel that our offer is quite adequate. That's fine. We can go back and talk to him some more. Daniels hasn't had a chance to look at his contracts. Let's go back and look at TARIK Cohen again. Now, I don't remember if it's going to give me like what it is he wants. Only wants 2 years, okay? 2 years at 3.7, balanced. $3,700,000. Guess let's just do 2 years at 3.7. I mean, he is a running back, so the life of a running back is nothing. But he's having a really good year for us. So, all right, sim now. We've got week 8 here against the Saints as we look to move to 5-3, and we don't. We get destroyed. 36-9. We're down 21-0 before you can even bat an eye. We get 3 field goals by Pinheiro. Trubisky was awful. 16 of 37. Montgomery, 8 carries, 52 yards. His best game in a couple of weeks. Robinson had a pretty good game. Cole Kmet with another couple catches. He's been pretty good since we brought him in to 7 catches for 55 yards in 3 games. So get him some more playing time and let him just develop. Roquan Smith with another good game. 10 tackles, 2 for losses, a pick. Kyle Fuller forced a fumble. Eddie Goldman, 2 tackles for losses. All right, so we're 4-4. So let's sim week 8. We're going to be taking on the Titans, but that's going to be next episode. So I want to look at our mail and everything else. So TARIK Cohen, he's still not happy. Or I shouldn't say not happy, but he's still not satisfied. James Daniels still hasn't looked at his contract. Injuries starting to pile up here a little bit. Eddie Jackson out for 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, injuries are starting to pile up a bit. All right, so through the midway point of the season, we are 4-4. Actually, I think we have to sim through week 8 first, right? No, we're in week 9. Okay, so we simmed up to where we wanted to sim up to. The rest of the teams just had a bye. So we're 4-4. We're in 3rd place in the NFC North. Lions 6-1. Saints 5-2. Cowboys 6-2. Seahawks 5-2. Rams are 2-6. We have their 3rd and 4th round picks this year, and we have Jacksonville's 3rd round pick this year. So we're hoping for the Rams to continue to be bad. In the AFC, the Steelers and the Titans are the 2 best teams record-wise at 6-1. Ravens are 5-2. We'll look at our stats. We'll look at the league leaders, and then we'll call it an episode. In this football-heavy Thursday, Mitch Trubisky, 112 for 234, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. My quarterbacks are completing about 47% of their passes this year. But they've only thrown 1 pick in 8 weeks, so I can't really complain about that. Rushing, David Montgomery, 76 carries, 310 yards, and a touchdown. TARIK Cohen has really kind of taken the reins as the long-term starter. 103 carries, 492 yards. We're still averaging about 4.5 yards a carry there. Receiving, Allen Robinson, 38 for 500 as he continues to be our best receiver. Darnell Mooney doing a nice job in that number 2 role. TARIK Cohen, 12 for 148. Cole Kmet, 7 for 55. So some of our young receivers are doing an okay job. Defensively, Kyle Fuller leads the league with 61 tackles. He's got 3 picks. Forced fumble. Roquan Smith really turning it on. 60 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble. 7 passes defended. I think that's missed tackles. 3 tackles for loss. Trevis Gibson, 13 tackles for loss already. 23-year-old Trevis Gibson. You'll like to see that. 3 picks for Jalen Johnson, who's 21 years old. Khalil Mack is done after this year, as is Akeem Mix. We're going to have a lot of money in free agency when we cut some of these players. Special teams, 7 yards of punt return. TARIK Cohen, 24.5. Kicking, Pinheiro, 17 out of 20. He's been fine. Other, who's our most penalized player? Trevis Gibson. Our 2 most penalized players are defensive players, Trevis Gibson and Eddie Goldman. And let's look at the league leaders really quickly before we end this one. So Ryan Tannehill leads the NFL in passing with 2,269 yards. Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Carson Wentz are your top 5. Passing TDs, Phillip Rivers, 21 touchdown passes for the Colts. Tannehill, Mahomes, Rodgers, Bridgewater. Passing rating, Chase Daniel. Yeah, this is going to be, he's a backup. Joe Burrow, is he not playing? Oh, he's out with a broken leg. Okay. Tannehill right now looks to be your NFL MVP with how well he's performing. Nick Mullins is up there for the 49ers. Good for him. Rushing yards, Ezekiel Elliott. There's TARIK Cohen, 16th in the NFL in rushing. Receiving yards, Julio Jones of the Falcons. We don't have anybody in the top 20. Gunnar Olszewski is number 17 in the NFL with the Patriots. Good for Gunnar. You like to see that. Or I like to see that, I guess. Harrison Butker leads in points. Tackles. Demario Davis is first. Tremaine Edmonds is second. Then Fuller and Roquan Smith are 3 and 4 in the NFL in tackles. Sacks. Passignon. I'm going to assume the K is silent. Passignon leads in sacks with 6. Interceptions. Mike Hilton has 5. We've got a couple players with 3. I think that's it. Oh, I had the qualified that I could have clicked on there, and that would have changed it. All right, so I think that's gonna do it. There's so much to look at. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we can look at league media and see if there's anything interesting here before we call it. So power rankings, we are where? Right here in the middle at 4 and 4, which is to be expected. Highlights. I don't need to look at the highlights. Offensive performers. These are just random performances throughout the year. It doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason to it. Any interesting trade deals? Not really. Trey Boston traded for Eric Murray. Punters. They traded punters. Justin Jackson to the Colts. Justin Jackson in a 7th to the Colts for Nyheim Hines. And at the beginning of the year, the Vikings traded Adam Thielen in a 7th for Kenny Stills. And the Texans traded David Johnson in a 7th for Tyler Ervin. That's upcoming. Right now, the league MVP is scheduled to be Deshaun Watson. Defensive MVP, DeAndre Baker. Kyle Fuller's on here. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Lynn Bowden of the Raiders. Defensive Rookie of the Year, A.J. Terrell of the Falcons. And then draft picks, we've already gone through all this. We have 2 additional 3rds and a 4th this year. So, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. They're going to get a whole lot smoother as I get more comfortable with the game and what it can do. I guess let me know your thoughts. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye.